pretty much convincing against authorities as well.
It was a very dramatic win.
I'm avoiding saying against, but...
it was a very dramatic win. From very early on in the matchup, they got a good lead, and they held on to it, and then they snowballed it further and further and further until they eventually picked it up. And I mean, Bjergsen and the Test really led from the front. You know, as that AP and AD carry, they simply tore people apart. Fnatic going very aggressive in the first 30 seconds of the game. It's a little different to what we've been seeing because they are moving on the bottom half of the map.
Yeah, if you have just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, Fnatic playing as the blue team, and on your screens, of course, it was Copenhagen Wolves as the red team. We're just coming up to a minute into this game. First game of the day here in the League of Legends Championship Series, and you can immediately see Fnatic going for it, an immediate ward placement coming out from Godbro. Godbro looking to be down that bottom lane, so the duo lane were thinking of the top, and we already see the Wolves making a rotation in towards the blue area of Fnatic's map, so potentially back and forward. The ward has been placed. They're not staying there, though. And that ward from Copenhagen Wolves will have shown that. So they're going to be expecting possible visitors here. Yeah, they're going to know that they've backed away. You can immediately see that the Copenhagen Wolves, you know, they are starting to disperse from that blue buff area. So it looked as though we were going to have that, you know, atypical blue buff trade where, you know, each team steals one another's, but at the moment it looks like they've just reset and they'll continue farming. But the Copenhagen Wolves have done themselves a lane swap. Look at Peke just off the side here. He's over so cautiously trying to get a glimpse in there. It's like brave moment. Do I face check this bush? Are they all going to be there? They have no vision of that bush, so they've no idea whether there's going to be a full 5-man Wolves team there. They will see the Crocodile going past that ward now, though, so they're going to be aware of that fact. But of course, that ward there from Copenhagen Wolves will give them vision, and now is the brave moment where Soaz goes into the bush and he sees there's not a team there. Luckily, they were able to do that, you know, relatively safely because they did see that Svenskeren was on top of the ward. He just stepped into vision there on his side of the jungle, so Soaz would have known that their blue buff was, you know, not going to be stolen away. And I'm going to be interested to see how he handles this lane of Thresh and Ezreal, because, yeah, fair enough, Shen has some sustain, does have that damage block. But if he gets caught up with that death sentence and locked in place, Ezreal, by being played by the Test, is just going to have so much time to deal free damage. So we do have this duo lane switch around. Soaz, of course, doesn't want to go too far, but Deficio going to be looking to keep hooking in there. You see he's winding up the hooks there. He's going to try and flay away on him and keep him at distance. Of course, we do see the blue buff and Deficio immediately going in there to try and see if he can interrupt it. He is going to pass the ward of Fnatic, so immediately they're going to realize it's there, and you can see he's already taken the blue buff down before he gets close. Yeah, by the time you realize, you know, it was going to take too long for him to get into a position to actually challenge or interrupt or cause any problems, just back away, return back to lane, continues picking up those souls. And in terms of these lane swaps of the 2v1s, Copenhagen Wolves have a slight advantage at these low levels because of the you know, this crowd control that Thresh offers. If he can land a hook, the kill potential is higher than that of this bottom lane of Yellowstone and Rated. They need to put a lot of poke damage down and really catch Godbro out if they want to pick up any kills. Godbro yet to pick up any CS because he's just been hampered back there. There's his first one. Expect to see him trying to pick up quite a few more here. Of course, it's not worth going in and getting yourself killed. We do see, though, the bear coming around, Cyanide getting close. Godbro is still very close, and now they're going to close in on him. They're going to get the flip down. He's going to slice and dice, but the flip should land, but instead doesn't pursue into the bush, and he's happy to back away. Meanwhile, in the top, they try and do the same sort of thing to Soaz. Teleport coming in, though. It's Peke going to join the fight. He's going in towards the Test. Test is taken down very low. He should get finished off here, but Svenskeren comes in to try and save the day, but it is first blood for Peke. Peke, oh, but he should pose across, and that's now Bjergsen teleporting in. Cyanide gets the flip on towards Bjergsen. Bjergsen taking low. Soaz picks up the kill. Peke still taking low. Finally goes down to Svenskeren. It's a 2-for-1 exchange. Fnatic coming out in top. The lamp thrown out from Deficio saves Svenskeren. Yeah, gets Svenskeren out of a dangerous situation. So many teleports used there. Bjergsen realizing all too late that that teleport is going to end up costing him his life. And at 4.5 minutes, this bottom tower is so low. Yellow Star wants it. He's taken 2-3 turret hits, dropped so incredibly low on HP. But first blood picked up by Peke's Katarina, and he's got a double amplifying tome. Oh, and you saw Godbro thought about going aggressive on towards Yellow Star there, and immediate exhaust comes out from N-Rated, protecting his support. His, well, technically his support. I guess if it was Edward, it would be his support in Genja, but instead, Yellow Star tends to pick up all the kills there. Godbro's got to be careful. He doesn't use the double up on him here, which is exactly what he does to pick up the minions. That turret is going to go down. They could turn this on onto Godbro. Godbro slicing dices away straight away aware of the danger.
Very, very early advantage up for Fnatic. They are literally replicating the same strategy they did the previous time as Bjergsen. He still has flash though. This is very, very key. Only level 4, and there's no flash on Cyanide, so he's going to have to rely on this rolling thunder. We'll see if Bjergsen can get away.
He goes aggressive, Shumpo's in, and Sven Skeren comes in. Peke taken low, Peke goes down, and now the flash comes out from Bjergsen. They could try and turn this one towards Cyanide. Can they pick up a double? No, they will not. The 3-talent strike was there, but they didn't go for it.
The flash was so well timed from Bjergsen. Cyanide could not get that frenzy munch, that nom 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 down to secure the execution. The ability was available. You can see the cooldown. It is not blown. He just couldn't stay in range quickly enough. So a good turnaround, whether you call that bait or whether that was just good timing from Sven Skeren is up for debate. But nevertheless, they even the kill score up 2-2, and it's only that tower gold separating these teams right now.
And that's an important kill, of course, on Peke. Peke going down twice so far, has gone back and got that Hextech revolver, so we'll see how that one develops. Of course, he managed to get full taunt on towards the test there just as Yellow Pillstar comes in, but immediately that lamp pulling him to safety, which is one of the benefits of having Thresh on your team.
Yeah, it's such a powerful escape ability, but even in that situation, the test that actually used his arcane shift was almost next to Deficio's Thresh and then activated the lamp. So we've seen this yesterday as well, where that intrinsic coordination with the Thresh is not there just yet because he's so new. Throws out that death sentence, but with Misfortune's strut and boots, it's going to be difficult to catch her.
It's going to be very hard to catch, and of course we do see the fact that there are boots on Misfortune, something that hasn't been used in the North American circuit. We do see the ping ward going down from N-Rated. He's going to clear out that tri-bush, and the pings immediately come down. Is Deficio going to put a ping him down himself? It is. It's going to be a ping fight, ladies and gentlemen, back and forward. He does manage to get it. They both get it, and N-Rated goes and puts another ward in the bush. Love it.
They trade pink ward for pink ward, just the timing on the auto attacks getting in there. The last second before the vision disappears, N-Rated manages to take that one out, but Cyanide has sniffed some blood in the water, and if he can get that flippity-floppity down, somebody could be in trouble. Only level 5 on Yellow Star, level 4 on N-Rated. Does no crescendo yet, and I feel once they get their crescendo, then the kill potential is really, really going to go through the roof.
You've got to feel they've got to go for it because they've invested 200 gold into that bush. They need to make use of it. Instead, Cyanide has backed away. Of course, Bjergsen now coming down to pick up that blue buff. Blue buff will be available. I think Peke may have already picked it up already. I wasn't quite watching the corner there. I was so focused on the tri-bush fight that was going on. Instead, it is a red buff invasion here. We see Volibear in there at the moment, and there's going to be Peke coming around as well, so they're going to try and steal away the buff. Cyanide there with that ping ward down. They're expecting Sven Skeren to come around there and have a look towards it, and he will be in a moment. So Cyanide ready and waiting. Peke is going to be maneuvering. Cyanide will catch a glimpse of Sven Skeren. Instead, just going to back away.
Yeah, just going to move away. Cyanide's waiting around that red buff, waiting for it to respawn. I think they assumed that Sven Skeren had started on red, and that's what he was waiting for that, very first respawn. Deficio using that lamp, that lantern for vision, and, it's a really good tactic, but it is a high cooldown and a fairly high mana cost, so he can't continue doing that all too often. You see Sven Skeren sniffing around. Now, Sven Skeren played Xin Zhao yesterday against Evil Geniuses and actually picked up first blood for them with the lane gank from the bottom lane, and he's already 2-0 in this matchup. So it's definitely a champion we need to keep an eye on, because Sven Skeren's going to have to start feeding some of those kills to Ezreal, to Cassidy, and to Renekton if the Copenhagen Wolves want to make up this goal deficit.
We did, of course, see Xin Zhao knocking them all out of the Baron pit yesterday as well against Evil Geniuses, I think that was, but wasn't to be. So Sven Skeren takes the red buff. They're going to have the timer on that one, Fnatic, but they could do nothing about it. Everyone backing off. So 9 minutes into this game, no maneuvering really for the Dragon just yet from either team. It is all about these duo lanes going head to head. Of course, the one tower advantage is Fnatic. They did manage to push that lane and shove it because, honestly, I don't see Thresh as a massive shover, and it didn't seem to work out well against Soaz. Soaz held that lane very well.
Yeah, at the moment, Thresh they're not trying to push the lane. I think it's just this farming phase that we're in right now. Both of these teams are trying to get some levels, trying to get some more abilities up. You can see at the moment, though, that N-Rated still level 5 to Yellow Star's level 7. Once he hits 6, that's when things are going to get very, very aggressive, and Peke has been jumped on.
We're seeing the ultimate coming out from Peke there, but Bjergsen had already laid down the damage, and it was simply just strolled away from that one. Have got himself a Ruby Crystal, of course, building up towards the Catalyst maybe, but it was just so much damage already output there. So we'll get to see whether they follow this one through. Cyanide sat ready and waiting, see if he can bait anything in again, but it does mean that it looks like Copenhagen Wolves, they're going to try and progress in towards the Dragon here, and honestly, Fnatic are not ready to fight this.
Cyanide's positioning there tells me that they were expecting Svenskeren to come from behind the tower. It just reads as understanding your enemy. A ward gets placed from Soaz. They know the Dragon's at a teleport.
Teleport coming in here. It's going to be Peke. It's actually Cyanide comes in to try and smite it away and instead cancels out the teleport. Instead, meanwhile, at the top, it's going to be bullet time with Crescendo layered up on top of each other. Curse of the Sad bullet time it used to be. I don't know what you're going to layer this one out. Yellow Star, though, just getting away. The tower's still hitting him. To the test now. He could follow this one through. Can he get on towards end rated? But Yellow Star tries to turn it around. No matter. Basic attack should be enough. They're going to have to go in towards the push. Is Death Sentence up? I think he's already used it. The cooldown, like you mentioned, is going to be high, but there's a double kill going on. Meanwhile, down the bottom there, and it was going to be Soaz and Cyanide getting taken down by Bjergsen. And Peke finally picks up a kill. Crazy action all across the board. Deficio taken so low, and the lamp just saves him again. Yellow Star pulled out of it. Couldn't quite get on towards the test.
Perfect use of Dark Passage there from Deficio, saving the test. Let's have a look at the replay on Dragon and get that double kill. D-Man, take it through.
Crazy, crazy stuff that happened. And you can see the teleport was cancelled out earlier on. There's Soaz just lingering off the side. Copenhagen Wolves were trying to keep on this Dragon. Of course, we do know that Bjergsen picks up the 2 kills. So let's see where Peke comes from. Cyanide comes in at the side there. Dragon's still very low. Cyanide finally comes in. The smite comes out. It's actually Svenskeren that picked it up. Soaz, the ultimate going down, but Bjergsen and looks like Svenskeren's going to jump across the side there. Bjergsen's going to continue chasing, and he catches Soaz out there. So great double kill. Takes him to 2-1-1 now, Bjergsen. So at the moment, Copenhagen Wolves really going for tit for tat here with Fnatic.
Yeah, trading evenly. They've evened out that gold score. They've taken the kill advantage right now. And I have to touch on that top lane fight, which was happening and all the craziness. As soon as Enrated hit 6, it was exactly what we said. Crescendo went down, put the bullet time on top of it. Deficio put a good box down. It was a defensive ultimate. And interestingly, Enrated walked into one of the walls. While we were watching one of the replay, though, you can see Bjergsen's teleport is down. There are no additional kills on the board, no additional plays or pushes on the board. He simply used it to get into lane quickly enough to try and farm and, get some extra CS.
I'm trying to keep that CS. He is behind in the CS, of course. Peke 100 to 76 at the moment, but the teleport will be... Ooh, I thought Cyanide may well get caught there. You could see Svenskeren thought about going in. It would have been a 3-on-2 situation. We do have the duo lane now coming down as well. You can see the test just lingering off the side there with Deficio. They have passed the ward, though, so immediately the test will go back up towards the top, and it is going to be simply covering duty in this mid lane to protect anything that could happen. Renekton continue to pressure in the bottom there. Godbro keeping the pressure down. Svenskeren is going to give the blue buff across to Bjergsen.
And Bjergsen's doing relatively...
left the mid open.
They have left it on. There's no minions, though, just yet. As the creep wave arrives, Thresh is there along with Castaner and Zinzao. So we'll see if they can defend this one. Down to about a third life. And you can see Fnatic are going to back away. Bjergsen 20 CS behind on that Castaner. It's what we say time and time again. In the low levels, it's very difficult to farm. But he's also been against a melee as the Tess is just, being out-dueled by Soaz.
He's being dueled very heavily there, Tess, and you can see just caught him simply with that taunt. And as it is, he needs help here, I think, from Deficio. He saved him a number of times with that lamp, pulling away. Meanwhile, Godbro getting flipped in towards the tower there by Cyanide, keeping the pressure down, but Godbro continuing to pressure this the bottom turret there, and this actually may be the position where the first turret of the game for Wolves goes down. As it is, Cyanide thinking of backing away. Godbro's going to clean up all the CS here, still very safe. Peke in the middle, trying to go aggressive again on Deficio and Bjergsen. And they are just holding their grounds.
Svenskeren has been camping that top for the last 10 or 15 seconds. He's lating just out of shot. Soaz, his Ignite has just become available. So with the test being that low, if Soaz goes aggressive, Svenskeren is going to dive in to save him. But it looks like Yellow Star wants to pick a fight.
Here we go. He's going to try and go in towards Godbro instead. Godbro should back away from this one. Cyanide wasn't able to catch him, and I'll tell you what, that's actually a tough fight there. He has got a BF sword, but of course the Giant's belt on Godbro, as well as all that farm he's picking up, will be a problem. And Yellow Star just simply in defensive duty, trying to protect that bottom turret. Still no turret for the Copenhagen Wolves.
Godbro's done very well to farm himself back into this game. In the opening minutes, when we've seen that 4.5 minute tower going down, Godbro found himself 25 or 30 CS down on Soaz. It was something like 27-3 at one point, or 27-7 at one point. And he's just balanced it out. 2 assists on the board. He's been left alone on this little island in the bottom lane.
Oh, he's hooked it.
Catches it.
They managed to hook on towards Enrated, and Bjergsen immediate reactions there, and Svenska diving in there. Caught Peke as well. 3-ton strike bounces him in the air. Peke tries to respond. Another burst comes out from Bjergsen. Peke taking very, very low. And clever play. Deficio making the plays there for Copenhagen Wolves. That is what you can do with Thresh. Now the pressure on towards that mid turret immediately dissipated with Yellowstar having to use his ultimate bullet time to clear the wave.
Bjergsen is hitting so incredibly hard. Katarina has got Merc Trades teleported in after respawning. Can she pick up any kills?
He's going to come round. It's actually Bjergsen reacting. Bjergsen's going to go straight in towards Peke. Peke comes back around. Bjergsen is going to get caught out there. That's a good kill for them. And there you can see the lamp was there. Deficio wanted to help out his mid laner, but he wasn't able to do it. Godbro now being pressured. Soaz and Cyanide closing down in the tri-bush. Peke also caught him
max range.
Full length. Sorry, Shadow Dash caught out there. Peke should have enough. He's going to have the ultimate going down. The Ignite running as well. Godbro can't quite get through. Wanted to slice and dice through the bush. The flip was there.
And of course, Al, the whole time that's there, the test was now left alone in the top lane. He has secured the second tower for Copenhagen Wolves, giving themselves the gold lead. He continues to pressure the lane. If he decides to back away, still has Flash and Arcane Shift available. I've had a quick look at Bjergsen's runes. He's got plus 13 magic pen on his rune page, which is why, with such a little bit of ability power, he is hitting so incredibly hard. Peke's had those Merc Trades in lane for a while now, and he's actually losing the trades in the engagement because those max level null spheres are chunking his HP down.
So the 2 AD carries, while this has been happening, have really been in either defensive or aggressive duties. The Test not been involved in any of these fights just yet. He was farming out that top, like you said, did take that turret down, has gone back and got himself a Bloodthirster. Identical builds almost between the two players. Double Doran's Blade as well. Here's a pink ward. Dragon is up. Deficio now hooks straight in towards Cyanide, just lashes him in the back there, but he has armor. It's all good.
Yeah, 4 points into that death sentence. The first auto attack, it generates more and more damage. We're going to see if we can wind that up and catch anybody there.
Did you see Deficio immediately getting the reset there? Tries to throw the hook out as well, but he cleared out the pink ward that was placed in that bush. Clever, quick reactions from Deficio.
Yeah, the pink ward wall that we've heard about that supports say. Now we see they've jumped onto Peke though.
They dived on towards Peke, has to Shunpo away, and Cyanide now getting dived on. The ultimate comes out from Godbro. There's Crescendo, but it's not going to be enough. And Rated goes down to the Ignite. Bullet Time tries to back them away, but Copenhagen Wolves are looking strong in this fight at the moment. They're so cautious though of that low Death Lotus that could come through from Peke. He is going to get forced away. They're in prime position. Is Peke going to go for it? There's the middle turret going down. Yellowstar manages to pick that one up, and you can see they're going to have to back away. Dragon will get closed down. Bjergsen tries to go aggressive on towards Peke, but he can't close the gap.
No, not at the moment. So they are happy with just the Dragon.
Well, a turret for a Dragon is still actually a very good trade for the Fnatic.
Yes, Fnatic will be happy with that because they've now got the bottom outer and the middle outer turret down, which means this entire mid area of the map is now open for them to roam freely. You can see that Cyanide is in the jungle, Soaz rather, in the jungle. Going to start backing away. No wards in his back pocket for vision, but Yellowstar Test is going to find a Yellowstar.
Doom for the Test. You're walking straight into a bush. Does Arcane Shift across? Oh, flashes away from the Shadow Dash. Nicely played. Good reactions from the Test.
Yeah, it's so good. It literally saved him from that Shadow Dash taunt, and we've seen how game-changing those taunts can be. Locking somebody up. Just a few moments ago, Godbro was caught up in the bottom lane by that tri-bush, but the teleport comes in from Bjergsen.
Teleport does come in. He catches on towards Yellowstar. He will get the knock-up straight through the Tree Shot Barrage, and Bjergsen's about to close the gap any second now. Yellowstar trying to bait him out here. He is going to go down. It's the Test that picks up the kill.
And Copenhagen Wolves are looking really strong now. Their team play is good. Their target acquisition in fights is great. They're pushing every single lane. Godbro's left unattended in the bottom lane. Now the CS lead over his counterpart. Peck is going to do the best he can to, even this out. But the game is completely open and even right now. Whenever one team decides, hey, we want to, tower, we want to kill, they get it at the moment.
And the main thing here, there's not been any snowball at all for Peke, which is what he needs to get going here. Could say the same for Bjergsen, but we know that Kassadin is going to be strong when it starts to get late game. He's definitely going to build up a lot more damage. Godbro, again, sitting out on Peke here. Are we going to see Svenska coming down? No, Godbro's just going to slice and ice through. He's quite happy to stand and bang with Peke. And
Peke was actually able to Shunpo away from that. So it was a good way to, mitigate some of the damage. And there's a problem for Fnatic in one regard. If you get Xpeke fed on Katarina, that's great, that's fine. He's going to be able to chunk down Castellan, Ezreal, and Thresh if he can get in range close enough, as the test is low, does get taunted up.
He gets taunted out, he's throwing the lamp out. Is it going to be enough? He has to barrier away and immediately knocks him back there, but he is going to go down. And now Deficio's in trouble, has to flash through. Bjergsen puts the slow down. Is it going to be enough? They're going to get another shadow dash. Deficio caught out there, tries to slow him down, but they've managed. The bullet time's going to come out. Deficio taken so low, will get flipped by Cyanide, and Soaz picks up the kill. Fnatic turn it back in their favor.
The pressure on again, just being in the right place at the right time. They didn't even have wards there at the moment. That was purely just being in the jungle of your opponents, and the only reason you can be there is because those towers are down. You have the ability to roam around. They now have the vision, going to be moving towards the dragon, but it is not up for a couple of minutes, so it'll be a while before we see that fight being picked. And what I was trying to say was that if Peke's Katarina is unable to kill a Renekton and a Xin Zhao, that diving aggressive line, that's what killed the test yesterday. That very aggressive, very in-your-face combination. And Yellowstar's going to be in trouble if Svenskeren and Godbro start to, single him out in these team fights.
And we look at the scores, and you can see 20 minutes gone, 29.2k to 29.5k. You do not think this is a 9-1 team versus a 1-9 team. It does not look like that. And Fnatic definitely being taken for a run for their money here with the Copenhagen Wolves. We talked about it all the time. Copenhagen Wolves, every time they've lost, it's always been so close.
And the thing is as well, this is a little different to what we have been seeing, because they are playing well for the entirety of this 20 minutes. They are responding well. They are making plays happen. They are making plays of their own. It's a combination of everything. In the past, they would get, an advantage, then they would lose the advantage and they'd lose every single trade from there on out. But that's not happening yet. They'll lose a fight, bounce back and take a tower, take the dragon, teleport in, pick up a kill. So the Copenhagen Wolves are making good decisions here, and they are 100 gold behind the European LCS leaders.
The test needs help at the top here. He's going to have to back away from the turret, and again, it's going to be another turret picked up by Fnatic. They've finally worked out that second final outer turret. We do see down the bottom, actually, Godbro and Soaz chasing each other, but they're just going to back away. Well, Renekton versus Shen. Yeah, not really a great deal of action between those two. When you get to this stage of the game, it is all about the Sunfire Cape stacking. They are continuing to fight. We do see Bjergsen. He is thinking about coming down there, but he's going to leave that mid lane exposed. That's what they've realized. Soaz is like, well, they are all getting drawn towards me, and Fnatic, so quick reactions. Immediately, all four members descend on towards that mid lane.
Yeah, they're going to need Yellowstar to get in there, though.
Well, they're catching
really
on towards Deficio. They're trying to get the flip on him. You can see Cyanide's going to chase down. Has to manage to get the shield on him. He will have to use his ultimate. The slow will come down, and now Svenskeren's coming in. Peke gets exhausted. He is going to pick up the kill. Can they turn anything from this one? There's the crescendo coming out there. Stan United also coming out. The Tess has to get out of there. Svenskeren's desperately low. He's having to run for his life. They're going deep on the turret. Where's Bjergsen? Is he going to be able to close the gap here? Svenskeren is going to get caught out. Peke now turns on towards Bjergsen. Bjergsen hasn't got the damage to go 4v1. He has to back out. And Fnatic just showing their pure strength there in the team fight.
Non-stop aggression in your face. That's behind two towers and an inhibitor that they carried on fighting. Peke needed that next kill so he could get the reset on his ultimate, looking for those cooldown refreshes. They managed to get away with it, but it's very risky play from Fnatic. If there were more members of the Copenhagen Wolves closer together, more tight-knit, they could have defended that and probably picked up some kills of their own.
And quick reactions here from the Copenhagen Wolves. They've realized everybody's going to have to go back from Fnatic. They're rushing in towards that middle. They want to try and take the outer turret down. It needs to be picked up quickly here, though. They don't really have the test. It isn't closing the ground quick enough. They're not going to get it. Instead, they're going to have to back away. They're going to go towards Dragon instead. Can they get it in time before Fnatic respond?
15 seconds on the clock. We'll see if they can position themselves. Fnatic should be there as the Dragon is being done by Copenhagen Wolves if they decide to rush it. But we do need to touch 50 CS advantage, 5-2-1 Katarina over the 2-2-3 Bjergsen Castellan. That's a very, very big difference right now. It ends up equating to 8,900 gold to 7,300. Effectively a neat Siraj, difference between the two of them. Dragon is up. This is going to be the next point of contention.
Bjergsen has got teleport available, so he's going to clear out that top wave. We can see the Copenhagen Wolves trying to step away here. I'm not too sure if they want to fight for this one. Fnatic are going to engage the Dragon. You can see the Wolves stepping off at the side here. They want to go for it. Here comes the teleport. Bjergsen's going to come in. There goes the True Shot barrage across. They call on towards him, but they're all in the bullet time. And now you can see Cyanide. He's getting aggressive. Godbro's the man at the front there and immediately dashes away. Svenskeren has to use his ultimate. Nox separates the team. Clever play there. And you can see see Fnatic now having to get away from this one. Svenskeren is tanking out the Dragon here. They need to back out of the pit. They can't fight it out there, and everybody backs away. Many ultimates used, but nobody dies.
The test was untouched. Bjergsen was barely injured.
They're pushing the mid.
They're going to trade tower for tower. Well, Fnatic are going to try pushing up. Their bottom tower's been dead for ages now. Copenhagen Wolves are making the right call. It looks like Fnatic want to base race this.
Is this going to be a base race? Copenhagen Wolves are going to go in towards it. Cyanide's come back to defend it, so they have one man back there. So it means it's only a 4-man push. This might be the right choice here. Copenhagen Wolves going to go it. Can they do it against the backdoor Masters? You can see the top turret, the inner turret is going to go down. They're going to have to be forced into this one, but they're going to back off. Here comes the teleport, and they can see they can't have the minions yet. They're trying to tank it out. Bjergsen's going to go back. Meanwhile, so it's going to be a 4-on-1. Meanwhile, in this turret, the inhibitor turret is going to get taken low.
Base race back and forth, but they trade. It's completely even.
Oh, Cyanide
explode.
Cyanide goes down. They're going to go in towards the inhibitor. Soaz has had to go back. They're on towards the inhibitor turret as well. Fnatic in there. Bjergsen forces them away. Soaz is going to pick it up. There's the inhibitor going down. Bjergsen can't fight them. It's Fnatic that win it out. Yellowstar taken so low, but Bjergsen's going to chase. He's going to be able to follow it in. Peke tries to turn around, puts the damage down, but it's not a great deal against Bjergsen. He can close the gap again. Peke was ready for that one. Now they're closing down. Soaz chasing down the rest of the team across the map. They're going to collapse in there. Svenskeren's caught out by Soaz. Shadow Dash comes in. Is it enough? The rest of the team, the lap, but is the Ignite going to get him down? Peke comes around, gets lashed out there, and it bursts down the damage on towards Deficio. Deficio flashes away. The test getting taken down. Oh my word, the hook comes out from Deficio. It's fantastic. Peke goes down, but can they turn it back around? It's a double picked up by Yellowstar. Yellowstar now taking low. Bjergsen's going to come in. That's going to be Soaz going down. Yellowstar goes down. Cyanide now low. The test is going to get dropped. He goes down. It's back and forth, and the Copenhagen Wolves get an ace, but they've lost an inhibitor. They've immediately pinged on it. They want to rush for it. They want to go for the inhibitor.
Bjergsen is the only one there close enough towards the Fnatic inhibitor. He's trying to chase it down, trying to chunk it. There's 15 seconds on the clock before the Fnatic members have respawned. I don't know if he has the attack damage yet to really chunk it down. It's going to take ages. Bjergsen's going to try pull himself at Peke once the Fnatic members get in there and start trying to land some auto attacks, and with Renekton there, they should be able to pick this up.
Sweet, sweet irony of a Cassidy pushing in on getting an inhibitor. Peke manages to get up in time. Oh, he gets the Shunpo and the Death Lotus, and now he goes straight in towards Godpro. He's going to have the reset. Has he got the damage? That's the question. You can see he puts the Death Lotus down. The Shunpo is going to be back up in a minute. There it is. It's a double kill for Peke.
14-13 right now. He's defended the inhibitor, and that's the key. No super creeps for Copenhagen Wolves pushing the middle lane. With super creeps on the bottom lane, Fnatic say, Baron, we want Baron. They start grouping up as 5. Once Cyanide gets there, this is going to go very, very low. Deficio gets vision of Fnatic, and they just put a pink ward down, so they'll clear out this vision, and the pressure is on Fnatic now to take this one out. Can Svenskeren dive it?
The pressure, of course, is Svenskeren catching on towards N-Rated. Death Sentence will be back up in a moment. Can Deficio pull anyone out of that pit? Svenskeren is ready and waiting. Teleport is not available, so as soon as Bjergsen spawns, he's not going to be able to get in there. It's taken very low. Can he pop it with the True Shot? Barrage goes in towards it. Svenskeren goes in to try and get the steal. It's going to be Volibear that picked it up. Cyanide with the kill, and now Svenskeren's getting flipped around. Peke taking very low. The test trying to juke him out. The Shunpo will be on. The test has to back out of that one, and Fnatic pick up the Baron.
Fnatic pick up the Baron. That was a very good engage for the Copenhagen Wolves. They disrupted and interrupted and poked away Fnatic for a very long time, but it wasn't 100% clear what their objective was. Did they want to steal? Did they want to kill? Everybody was split and everybody was everywhere. Fnatic have got vision on Bjergsen though, so if he tries to take this blue buff, he is going to be in trouble, and it does look like he's just going to back away. If the Copenhagen Wolves had a little bit more focus on what they wanted to do in that Baron pit, it could have turned out a little bit differently as the test gets jumped on.
The test caught out there. Peke putting the damage down. He could walk back in and get another Shunpo. Taken very low, and he has to back out of there, and it does mean that Fnatic should pick up this turret. They're going to have to walk away. They don't have the minions available. Soaz just ready and waiting to try and go in towards Deficio. Ward getting placed out. That's going to aware for Copenhagen Wolves. They do throw out that lamp like, yep, they're all around this corner. We are not having any of this. You can't kill my lamp, Sonny Jim, but they will lose another turret. So Fnatic on the aggression here. They have the Baron buff. They have 4K gold advantage. They have 1 kill advantage. 7-5 in turrets. Extremely close game here though, but the Wolves now up against it.
Soaz gets a little bit of poke there from Bjergsen, not hitting as hard as he would have liked. And of course, Soaz is that beefy frontline tank. 7 towers to 5 with Dragons, with Baron. It's only 4,000 gold. It feels like it's much more. Copenhagen Wolves are still in this. They need to defend this inhibitor turret. The hook lands onto Enrated.
The hook goes on towards Enrated. Oh, brilliant ultimate there from Svenskeren, but is the damage down? You can see Peke goes in, gets that Death Lotus down. Soaz gets dropped by the test off the screen here. Cyanide now in trouble. Cyanide goes down. Copenhagen Wolves turning the fight around. Yellowstar's going to get dropped. He goes down. Now on towards Peke. Peke goes down. It's 4 tails down. Triple kill from Bjergsen. He's going to go on towards Enrated. He gets the quadra kill, and they're going to pile down the middle on towards the inhibitor.
Carry on chasing. There are so many of them alive. Super creeps in their base. Take out the Nexus turret. You see they're already starting to recall, but the Tess and Bjergsen want more. They want to get this inhibitor down, and they have to more than enough time. 2 of them have recalled to defend their base, but they've lost one of their turrets. So Nexus and 1 turret against a Fnatic, against an Expeke who knows how to teleport backdoor, and there's 2 of them with teleport and a Stand United. You could see a 3-man backdoor attempt from them at some point if they feel they're that pressured.
I'm not too sure they're going to go for it, and waiting to see whether them teleports get used. It isn't available currently. Stand United down as well, so nothing coming out just yet, but they do clear out the super minion waves. Their inhibitor has respawned, and they have Fnatic's inhibitor down. It's just 1,400 gold between the teams, 18-16 in kills, 8-5 in turrets. Dragon has respawned. Fnatic are going for it. Copenhagen Wolves don't look like they're going to challenge for this one. That's going to give another 1,000 gold to Fnatic.
At this point in the game, 1,000 is such a small number, so Copenhagen Wolves will be happy with this trade. You can see that the gold numbers on the bottom of your screen, 9,300, 9,600 for your top laners. It's so even and so close across the board. The thing is, Fnatic have started the plays. They've made a play happen. Then Copenhagen Wolves have responded, and this has been the story of the game. It's been 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, 3-2, etc., etc. So Copenhagen Wolves need to stop one of these pushes and push it back. And, they're doing well so far. Do they have what it takes to, turn it around and win a game?
Well, the damage items being picked up across the board. We'll go through it in a moment, because I can see Peke going aggressive once again there. And the Copenhagen Wolves forced to defend this open inhibitor. Bjergsen teleporting back here. They should have enough. That's the final super minion wave coming in there, and immediately it gets wiped out. Fnatic back away.
And very, very recently, Peke just picked up that Zhonya's Hourglass. He did not have it in the previous fight, so we'll see whether or not that's going to come into play in this moment. You can see Bjergsen on the mini-map. He's pushing the top lane. Fnatic are deciding to recall. Bjergsen has a huge creep wave there, and a lot of time. He might actually be able to pick up that inner turret in the top lane.
Well, you can see Svenskeren actually here. The whole of Copenhagen Wolves, they might get caught out here, because you can see Peke ready and waiting to go in. Crescendo comes in. Death Lotus goes down. The test gets dropped instantaneously, and immediately they can see Stand United coming out on towards Peke. They're going to have to back the hell out of there. Godbro comes down. Bjergsen had joined the fight, but honestly, he's in trouble, and there's going to be a flash through. Godbro's taken low. Peke now, is it going to be enough? He gets the stun down, gets the lamp, he pulls him to victory, and Copenhagen Wolves get away, just losing the one person. Now we have a huge creep wave on towards the Nexus turrets of Fnatic, but you can see Peke going to continue to chase. They have to get back and defend their base, because they're going to lose surely a turret or two. The inhibitor turret in trouble. They're going to try and pick an inhibitor up, but is it going to be worth it? That's the question. Someone has to go back and deal with it, and Rated is back there. They get the inhibitor. Let's look back at the base. You can see, oh, they're going to not let him get away. Soaz is going to get collapsed in. Cyanide taken low. 3 Talon Strike comes in. He missed the hook because he wasn't expecting the Talon Strike. They take down Cyanide. They're going to pursue here. I'm not sure they're going to be able to catch Soaz, but you can see Enrated doing a desperation job at defending here, and Soaz is going to dash away.
Enrated manages to save the Nexus turret, but he doesn't manage to save the top lane inhibitor turret. Bjergsen still looking for blood, still looking for more. They do take the bottom inhibitor though, which means for the next couple of minutes, super creeps are going to be pushing down that lane. There's a minute and a half on the clock when it comes to Baron. Gold is as even as it's going to be. There's no point even talking about $1,000 difference. The Copenhagen Wolves are looking like they want to set up for Baron here. They're putting a lot of wards around the map. They're going to steal this blue buff, and with that inhibitor exposed, if they decide to 5-man brute force it, I think they've got the damage and the survivability to do so.
And that was a complete perfect initiation a moment ago. That was a crescendo across 4 members, as well as Death Lotus right in the middle of them. They got the test down, but
that's it.
That's it.
And that's the problem.
And that was their full damage burst coming out there.
With Renekton and with Xin Zhao, you're not going to really burst them or explode them. Look at the items they've got. Locket of the Iron Solari, Runic Bulwark, Hex Drinker, etc. They've set up for another 5 versus 5. And this is going to play a little bit into Fnatic's favor because they have Super Creeps pushing the bottom lane. They're defending their base against Super Creeps, and Copenhagen Wolves are going to be the ones that are forced to respond.
Well, I think Copenhagen Wolves are going to try and be on defensive duties here. They're going to back off. They realize 30 seconds is the countdown. Bjergsen goes across. He's going to have to clear out that huge creep wave of super minions, keep that back, and Fnatic going to try and take advantage. They're going to go in. You can see the Oracle picked up main rated. They're going to sweep out all of those wards that Copenhagen Wolves had just placed down there, so they're not going to be able to defend these ones. You can see Godbro singing, I kind of want to defend these, but I should not be going in there just yet. Oh, the Death Bush! Don't go into it, Godbro. Back away!
Yeah, he does manage to stay away from that Death Bush. But interestingly, the test completes himself a Trinity Force. So Trinity Force, Bloodthirst, the Last Whisper, slightly different itemization. Just before this next big engagement, you can see the items on the bottom of your map. Abyssal Scepter, Nimsy Large Rod, Zonya's Hourglass picked up for Peke's Katarina. On the other side, Deathcap, Rod Avengers, Saras Embrace, and the makings of a Void Staff for Bjergsen. Once that Void Staff is picked up, his damage is going to be huge. They want to stop this Baron, but they have super creeps on the bottom lane, and it looks like Bjergsen is just going to clear the wave. And this is what they need to be careful of. Copenhagen Wolves, if they get pulled back, they lose Baron. If they go for Baron, they lose their base, Nexus turrets potentially. What are they going to do?
The question is, do they know the exact counter of Bjergsen's... Oh, my word. Flashbacks, ladies and gentlemen, of October 2012 right there for me. And we have a pause in the game. And the headsets are off. I am a very worried man. But Peke's saying it's fine now, so okay. There was a spike, but I think they're okay. Ladies and gentlemen, my heart rate
For those that missed it,
is a little bit hyper right now.
For those that may have missed it, there was an attempting to reconnect message that popped up on screen. We are unsure of the cause right now, but it looks as though things are good. The game has been unpaused, so we're going to jump straight back into this very tense matchup, and you can see the looks on the players' faces. This game could go absolutely any way, and it's just going to depend on what happens.
Just as I said it, do they know the timer on towards Bjergsen's that teleport, and you can see it is down. They're going to desperately try and rush out this Baron. Of course, remember, they had the Baron before, and they have to back away. Oh, the Baron manages to bounce both Cyanide and Soaz. That could have been an ideal opportunity to engage, but Bjergsen is not there, and they've realized they've managed to keep them out. They're keeping poking them. Fnatic really don't want this fight at the moment.
They're stalling for time.
Every time Copenhagen Wolves comes in, you say they're stalling for time, but Copenhagen Wolves are the ones doing the stalling.
Yeah, but the problem, if you take a look at this, Fnatic are just baiting them, saying, do you want to fight us? Carry on fighting us. Pull them away, because now that they've sent Bjergsen back, they can see Bjergsen on the minimap. They have complete map control as far as minions are concerned. Now Fnatic decide the engagement. If they decide to collapse on the Copenhagen Wolves, then it's 5 versus 4. But again, they're just backing away. The super creeps are there. Top lane is being pressured. And at some point, Fnatic are going to say, we want one of these objectives.
Have they got enough to tank out the Baron there? You can see the poke keeps coming out. It is Sorails and Cyanide that are taking the tank there. And Bjergsen is now got teleport available. That's a horrible English, but that's, you know what I mean. It is going to clear out those top wave of minions, and the Copenhagen Wolves have managed to just stall this one long enough that now Fnatic are just, that inhibitor is going to respawn eventually.
Yeah, it will be up relatively soon, but again, Fnatic are just holding this bait. Now they want to push onto the Baron. They've dropped it to about a half-life True Shot Rush.
They've managed to catch him out. He's going to get the crescendo across. Deficio taken very low. Deficio gets dropped, but he's no need the support. Godbro now taking incredibly low. Fnatic trying to put the damage down. Bjergsen's going to come across. It's Yellowstone that picks up the kill. They're going to have to kite them out there. I still don't think they have enough. Teleport coming in. Oh, it's Peke once again. He's in the base. It's going to be Soaz getting caught out. They're on towards the Nexus turrets, and would you believe it, the double teleport backdoor strategy of Fnatic is going to pay off again. We see Svenskeren coming, dashing straight in there. Peke taken so low, but he's still hanging on. Volibear manages to get in there. Peke on towards it. That's Sonya's Hourglass from Svenskeren. Now you can see he's going to come around. Peke desperately shunpos across. He can finally get down. Cyanide now in all sorts of trouble. Can they get the Nexus down?
Inhibitor respawns.
The inhibitor respawned. The troll of the inhibitor. Would you believe it?
But there's minions in the top
door
lane.
failed. Baron still wasn't picked up there. Yellowstar thought about going in, but Copenhagen Wolves live to fight another day. It's 1,000 gold between these teams. It is so tense. 38 minutes into the game.
I have completely lost it. The tower in the top lane is down to about 100 hit points on it. It's the only tower still standing for Copenhagen Wolves. They are a few hundred gold behind. 10 towers down to 7. They've lost dragons. They've lost barons. But the Copenhagen Wolves are still in this. They are not out of this game. The tension is so huge. The key here, though, is everybody's teleports are down. There's no teleports for anybody. Bjergsen joined that Baron fight with his home guard teleport casted and was able to pick up a couple of kills. And the gambit, the play from Peke and Cyanide failed. It didn't work this time. Will it work the next time they try it?
Well, that is something they have to be aware of, but honestly, every time these fights have come around, they are so close. I just don't know which way it can go. That was kind of like the perfect crescendo as well. They did manage to catch down. Godbro couldn't tank it out this time around, so is the damage enough now from Fnatic? Has Peke managed to reach that critical volume? Has Yellowstar got strong enough? You can see he's got that last whisper, easy for me to say, last whisper on there. Is he going to go for the Trinity Force? Is that going to be a Frozen Mallet?
I imagine it might be something like a Frozen Mallet. Trinity Force and Misfortune, it's questionable, but I think
tell you what,
he might want to get some
Wolves,
HP.
They're going to push for this. Teleport's not available on Cyanide and Peke. They're going to have to teleport back. This is going to be a 5-man versus 3-man short for duration fight here on towards the inhibitor. You can see Peke finally has got in the fight now. Is he going to engage it? Soaz is looking to try and shadow dash, put a immediate burst going out towards Peke there. They forced it on. Soaz went for it, but Peke was already taken low. He's having a hang off the side. Crescendo catches on there. Peke still hasn't managed to put the Death Lotus down. He's taken so low. Yellowstar's going to get dropped here. Rushing for the fountain. Flash from Godbro. Corner towards him. Soaz taken low. They can see Cyanode's gone down as well. Bjergsen tries to do a hit and run. It's going to be Peke.
They can do it.
Then Rated goes down. They're catching on towards him. One more shot. Soaz goes down. Peke left on the fountain. Peke's going to come out. Double. He gets a double. Oh, and he's taken down by Bjergsen. Have they got enough left? They're going to go towards the inhibitor. I don't think they can finish the fight, though. They have picked up the ace. They have 30 seconds to try and get in and finish the game. I don't think they can go for it, though.
They have 30 seconds on the clock. They have creeps here as well. Critically, the test is the one they needed to guarantee it. Svenskeren has a lot of attack damage, and Deficio's chunking it down as well. 23 seconds before Yellowstar's back up.
Moly.
Cyanide is there. They can do this.
They can do it.
On there. Copenhagen Wolves are going to take down Fnatic. The last team, 1-9. Copenhagen Wolves are going to defeat Fnatic in the opening game of Super Week Saturday. Nobody from Fnatic's going to respawn. They've done it.
They've done it. The Copenhagen Wolves have beaten Fnatic. They took the first victory yesterday against all authorities, and now they take down the top of the league. Fnatic, would you believe it? The momentum shift for Copenhagen Wolves. SK Gaming must be quaking in their boots. They have to face them later on today, but Fnatic's win streak has been taken down. We thought it might be by Gambit, but the Copenhagen Wolves have topped the lot. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go over to our analyst desk after what an amazing game that was by the Copenhagen Wolves.
Well, I tell you what, Demon, that one blew my socks off. That was just such an amazing match.